Welcome back, everybody. My name is TayBikes28, and I am coming back at you again here to start up this franchise. And what is this franchise, you're wondering? This is the Toronto Huskies franchise, and I am coming back live once again here on YouTube, and I am so excited to get back into it with you guys. Just about a day or two ago, I got back into this franchise. It had been a couple of months actually, and now with this draft that is happening right now as we speak, the second day of the real NFL draft is happening and just about to start essentially, and it has just reinvigorated my love for football once again, and I cannot wait to get into this team building exercise with you guys here on YouTube. And I am very excited to jump in here. And if you guys did not get an opportunity to watch last episode, you definitely have to go check that out. It was an absolute blast watching that game. It was their first game back after a hiatus, and we were going into the game, we were 0-4 without a win, and as you see there on screen, we got our first win of the season against our rival Houston Texans, and not gonna lie, it was a fun game to be a part of, so definitely go check that out. And now we're set up to go up against the New England Patriots. A tough matchup this week, but we need to try and keep these winning ways alive here in Toronto. But real quick, I'm going to go ahead and check out my audio levels, so bear with me for a quick second. All right, sounds like the audio is all good on my end, so I cannot wait to get back into this thing with you guys. So without further ado, let's check out a few things we got to do before we get into this game, including, that's right, a breakout player. Let's check this out, and it looks like we have T. Higgins, who has an opportunity to go up into star dev, which would really help him, get into that next level of receiver like he is in the NFL today. But at this point in the Toronto Huskies franchise, he is not quite there. As you see, we're one of the lower rated teams in the NFL, and there's a reason for that. We started from the very, very bottom. Okay, a quote from one of my favorite sports movies of all time. All right, there are good teams. There are bad teams. There's 50 feet of crap, and then there was us, the Toronto Huskies. But we dug our way through the crap, and we are slowly starting to get up into the level of the rest of the league. So I'm very excited to show you guys what this team and this entire roster can become. But I'll real quick just scroll through the team so you guys can take a look at it. Pause the video if you want to take a closer look at any of these guys. And I am very excited to get into this thing, though. I think that we could see our first ever winning streak in Toronto Husky football history. All right, as you see, T. Higgins is a 74 overall right now, but an opportunity to become a star dev, if he is able to have a pretty good game. Now, it is tough because for those of you that are new here, this is not a series where I go in and play the games. What I mean by that is this is a series where I go ahead and it is a team building exercise, okay? So we try and put the best product out there on the football field, all right, and then let them do what they do best, play by themselves, all right? So we simulate these games. When I say sim, we still watch them, so we still watch the full game. However, we do not control any of the plays or players or anything like that. What happens, happens, and we essentially have to deal with it. So that's what makes it so fun, because it's a huge, challenge is the easiest way to explain what this is. But I believe it's time to travel to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And real quick, let's take a little bit of a look to see what these Patriots look like before we jump in. They do have Stephon Gilmore, Shaq Mason, Joe Thuney, and also Devin McCourty, J.C. Jackson. They have a very good secondary with Jonathan Jones as well. That's three corners who are above an 85 overall. Crazy stuff there. However, as you see here, there is no quarterback until you get to Cam Newton, the X Factor Cam Newton, who, in case you guys did not know, is absolutely unstoppable in Madden 20, which is what we're playing on. Because Madden 20, in case you guys are wondering, was the last good Madden game that has been out there. So definitely, I highly suggest going back to Madden 20 if you want to have a true franchise experience. But without further ado, let's jump into this game, and I cannot wait to see what happens. All right, you have the Toronto Huskies traveling up, well, not up exactly, but we'll call it east, all right, to Foxborough and New England. And those are not your commentators. I am your commentator, and my name is TayVikes28, and I am happy to bring you guys a nice sunny afternoon here in Foxborough. It's not quite wintertime yet, which means there should be a nice outing for a game of football. As you see the New England Patriots coming out, and it looks so weird to see number 12 on the Patriots with dreads. That is so weird. But as you see, there is their quarterback, Cam Newton, coming out of the tunnel, and he is ready to lead his team to what he thinks will be a victory. However, on the other side, there's a young and hungry team waiting, and that is your Toronto Huskies. So let's see here if your Toronto Huskies can match this team punch for punch. So Graham Gano is going to get us started here as he kicks this football almost to the end zone, not quite, taking it out from the 1 yard line. Good return here, out past the 30 to the 31 yard line. As you see there, that's a young rookie quarterback in Trevor Nickerson, who is struggling according to his numbers, okay, but he's actually playing better than Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is aka Ryan Fitzmagic, the owner of the Toronto Huskies, and also the first ever quarterback in franchise history. And we're going to start this thing off with a handoff to Aaron Jones, and he gets stood up in the backfield. Great pressure there from the New England Patriots, and I believe that is Poona Ford coming through the middle with a little bit of help from the safety there as well, as he almost comes untouched. Not quite, but almost untouched, and they meet together at the running back for a 3 yard loss. So I do have to say that I'm pretty impressed. Despite what the numbers say, I think Trevor Nickerson is playing quite well, the young rookie. As you see here, he's going to take this snap, step up in the pocket, and go down for a sack. And that one, it just wasn't enough time there for the young rookie. But as a rookie quarterback, you have to learn to get rid of the football. I mean, he did the right thing by trying to step up into the pocket. Unfortunately, John Simon comes up off the edge and just swallows him up, which is going to set up a 3rd and 17 here to start this game off. And Nickerson's going to be in the gun right now, and he's got a bunch set to the left-hand side. He's dropping back, throws over the middle, finds a man up the seam, and I believe that is the tight end, Jonnu Smith, brand new addition to your Toronto Huskies here, and he's going to get himself a first down on 3rd and 17. What a great conversion for Trevor Nickerson as he threads the needle. That was a really nice throw there by Nickerson to get that one in between the defenders, and essentially really the only place he could put that ball where Jonnu Smith could get it. So now back under center is Trevor Nickerson. A little bit of extra weight to that right-hand side, but he tries to run it to the left, and that is Aaron Jones getting tackled again in the backfield for a loss here. That is another 3 yard loss. So right now his stat line is 2 carries for -6 yards. Not what we've been seeing from Aaron Jones of late, as Aaron Jones is also a new addition to this Toronto Huskies team and their current starting running back. And he's been playing quite well recently. Aaron Jones has. He just had a 100-yard performance, I believe. And here on second down, it's going to be a quick throw to the outside. It's trying to set up some sort of a screen play, but instead that goes absolutely nowhere. So let's take a look at this young offense here. We got a very young offensive line, as well as some good young playmakers. And CeeDee Lamb, you also have the rookie from last year, so now second-year player, Keontae Bonds, as the number 2 receiver. So now here on 3rd and 13, it's going to be a fake to the running back. All the time in the world for Nickerson, and he tries it over the middle again, this time knocked down by the defender. And that is going to set up a punting opportunity here and a chance for New England to take advantage of the early stop here. As you see there, Nickerson was trying to get that ball in there to CeeDee Lamb, and I believe that was Jonathan Jones who was able to get his hands on the football there and break that up. So now it is going to be a Matt Hack punt here, and this is going to be inside the 5 and a booming punt that goes into the end zone for a touchback. So now Cam Newton and company come rolling out onto this football field, and as you see, his stats are much better than Trevor Nickerson right now at this point. 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and he seems to be leading the Patriots to another winning season right now, as they're sitting at 4-1 and in great position to make the playoffs right now. So here is, that's right, Cam Newton handing it off to, I believe that is Sony Michel, if I'm not mistaken. Now let's take a look here. Very veteran-based offensive line here for the New England Patriots. And their number 1 receiver is Willie Snead Jr., actually, who is coming over from Baltimore to join this team. And as you see, New England never usually has those star receivers, and even without Tom Brady, they're still not breaking that mold. As here on second down, it's going to be another carry up the middle here for Michel. And I believe that Sony Michel is going to get about 4 or 5 yards there, but it's going to lead to a 3rd down opportunity. And for the Toronto Huskies here, they also have a couple of important veterans on this young defense for the Toronto side of things, and especially in the secondary. You got Big Play Slay and Marshawn Lattimore, 2 additions here. And on 3rd down, Cam Newton tries to find his man on the corner route, and he actually overthrows him, and instead it goes out of bounds, leading to a 4th and 2. And I think your Toronto Huskies just forced a 3 and out. So now Jake Bailey, the New England punter here, is setting up for a booming punt, as this one goes inside the 10, and nice punt there. And they're going to be able to down that at about the 8-yard line, setting Toronto up in pretty bad field position right here, but great field position for New England. As you see, CeeDee Lamb and the offense come back out onto the football field, hoping to get a little bit more production out of this drive than the last drive. So now they're going to start this thing off under center with Nickerson, and he's going to hand it off up the middle. That is Aaron Jones going to the right-hand side, getting about 6 yards, getting some breathing room for this offense. As you see, last week he almost reached 100 yards, was very productive in that game. It was really towards the end of the game where he ended up having a couple of negative plays that brought his yardage total down. But he was definitely on his way to breaking 100 yards. And another handoff here for Aaron Jones, and this time only getting a couple of yards, getting up to about the 16-yard line. And looking at this Patriots defensive unit, it is a very veteran-based defense. Donta Hightower leading them in the middle. On the back end, you got Gilmore and Devin McCourty as well. Some very high-profile secondary players for this defense. So Trevor Nickerson's going to have to be very careful today. And they're going to stick to the ground game here with Aaron Jones on 3rd and 2, and he's going to break this outside, getting a 1st down. And probably a pretty smart move here to stick with the ground game. Try and not get that ball in the air as pretty much as little as possible, going up against such a elite defensive unit, especially in the secondary for this New England team. And that was a pretty good run there from Aaron Jones getting outside. Of course, Patrick Chung, the safety, comes up to make the tackle there. And that's one thing that these safeties are going to be pretty good at, both in coverage and in run support. So now another handoff here, this time going out to the left-hand side, getting about 4 yards there on that first down carry from Aaron Jones now. So now they're going to spread it out wide, and Nickerson's going to drop back and throw here, and finding a man, at least it looked like a man was open, but overthrows him and almost gets intercepted on the back end of the defense there. He's lucky that that one wasn't picked off, as Nickerson's on 3rd and 7 is going to fake to the running back and go almost to that same exact play, and this time it is completed though, and getting down to about the 49-yard line. That is Keontae Bonds, the second-year player who is really starting to make a name for himself after a pretty successful rookie season on what was hands down the worst team in the NFL. And Keontae Bonds coming up with a big play there. So now spreading it out again, Nickerson in the gun, and they're going back to the running game there on a delayed handoff. That is going to be Latavius Murray with his first carry in the game, getting about 6 yards there, setting up a 2nd and 4 now. This time going back under center and going back to the running game, though. That is Aaron Jones breaking tackles, but only for a 2-yard gain, setting up a 3rd and 1 now. So now under center with a little bunch set to the right-hand side is Trevor Nickerson. He's going to drop back and throw over the middle, or excuse me, to the left-hand side, and that is caught by CeeDee Lamb for a first down at the 30-yard line, and just like that, Toronto is in field goal range. As you see there, what a great play by Trevor Nickerson. As CeeDee Lamb turns around, that football is already almost in his face as he turns around. Great awareness there by CeeDee Lamb to catch that ball, and a really good play by Nickerson to get that out there. But this time leading his running back out of the backfield right into a spear by, I believe that might have been, I don't know if that was J.C. Jackson, excuse me. Wow, Aaron Jones goes up to catch that, and he doesn't even have his feet land on the ground before he's getting hit. What a play by J.C. Jackson. So now it is 2nd and 12 here at the 33-yard line. Nickerson in the gun. He's going to drop back here. Quick throw over the middle. This is complete. Going to get out there to about the 27-yard line for a gain of 6. So now it's 3rd and 7 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Spread it out once again. Nickerson in the gun still. As he drops back to throw, he's going to look over to the left-hand side, and that is complete on a little bit of a curl route there on the left-hand side. And that is Keontae Bonds again. That is his 2nd catch of the day, and that is 2 big first downs on the day for Keontae Bonds. So now just like that, they're in the red zone, this Toronto team is. I believe that is going to be a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Getting some extra bodies out there for the run game here, and it's going to be a fake though, and instead going to the middle of the field and caught. That is down at the 1. They're going to call him short. That sure looked like it was a touchdown to me. I don't know about that. So now they're going back here to the passing game again and going for the deep route in the end zone. Luckily, that is going to be called out of bounds because that was intercepted. Trying to get with some sort of a fade route in the back of the end zone. And so now Nickerson's going to go instead with a pitch here outside, and that is a touchdown for Toronto. The first points on the day is an Aaron Jones touchdown off the pitch, and what a drive there by your Toronto Huskies as they come out firing on all cylinders right now. I have to say I'm very impressed with what your Toronto Huskies have done, and that is the first touchdown on the day, first points in general on the day here, as Toronto's pending this extra point will have a 7-0 lead over the New England Patriots at home. All right, Josh Lambo is going to kick this one off, and it's going to be returned from just inside the end zone, getting out to about the 21-yard line. So now New England's coming back out onto the football field, hoping for some better production out of this drive than the last, after they were not even able to get a first down, having a 3-and-out to start their day. So now Cam Newton's going to take this first snap, and he's going to go under center again, trying to roll out, and he gets sacked. That is Quincy Williams, your star player from the first season here. He is coming off the edge there, and what awareness to just shed that block and just grab Cam Newton, because I think that if Quincy Williams didn't grab him there, that very well could have been a first down for this Cam Newton-led offense. But instead, it is 2nd and 13 at the 18-yard line here, and they're going to go back to the running game, and this is going to be another Sony Michel run up the middle, this time getting about, I'd say 3 or 4 yards there, not a ton of room. So now it's going to be a 3rd and 10 when we get back out of this short break after the end of the first quarter. All right, now we're back. It is 3rd and 10, and Cam Newton is in the gun. He's going to drop back and quick throw over to the right-hand side, finding a man, and that is going to be very close to a first down. It's going to be dependent on the spot here. That is Josh Oliver with the reception, and big play Slay tracking him down and making the tackle, and they are going to call that short. Wow, 4th and inches. That is actually a pretty favorable spot for Toronto. Looks like Bill Belichick and company didn't pay the refs this time. So it looks like they need to re-up there on ref payments. This time, though, it is going to be a return out to about the 23-yard line. A return of about 7 or 8 yards there for Mr. Davis, the brand new rookie return man for this Toronto team. And as you see, Aaron Jones not having the most productive day, but he did find the end zone on the last drive, and that's what really matters. So now they're going to start this off 1st and 10. Nickerson going with a quick throw over to the left-hand side, making a man miss and getting out to about the 30-yard line. Nice play there. And Jonnu Smith, the tight end, was the guy who made that man miss. And this is going to be another pitch. This time, Aaron Jones is able to make another defender miss, getting up to about the 39-yard line. That's about 11 or 12 yards after contact. Good stuff there from Aaron Jones. And another Toronto first down. And as you see there, I believe that was Stephon Gilmore who ended up coming from behind and getting Aaron Jones. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line, and they're going to fake a throw here, and instead, under pressure, and that is once again John Simon with his 2nd sack of the day. And all of a sudden, behind the chains, and significantly behind the chains right now at 2nd and 18, if I'm not mistaken here. As you see, Nickerson tries to roll out to the left there after the pump fake, but instead gets hit by John Simon and taken down. So now it is 2nd and 18 from the 31-yard line. Empty backfield here. Nickerson alone. He's going to look around here and look to the left-hand side, find a man. A nice move there by Aaron Jones, and then it eventually steps out of bounds after a gain of about 6 yards there. So now it is 3rd and 13 from the 37-yard line. And Nickerson's going to drop back, move around in the pocket, find a man over the middle, but nowhere close to the first down. And that is going to set up another punt here from Toronto. But that is Keontae Bond's first reception on the day that was not for a first down. All right, Matt Hawk is going to take this punt. And a pretty good one here from him. Although it does go out of bounds, but perfectly placed inside the 10, goes out at the 6. One heck of a punt there by Matt Hack, pinning New England deep in their own territory. All right, going back to the running game here as Sony Michel stumbles forward to about the 12-yard line, getting about 6 yards on that first down carry, and essentially getting themselves a little bit of breathing room after being inside their own 10 to start that drive off. So now it is 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line, just over 7 minutes to go in this second quarter. And another run here, trying to get this to bounce outside, and Michel has nowhere to go, as that is a net gain of 0. So now Cam Newton is going to drop back, pressure off the right-hand side. He throws to that right-hand side, and that's going to be very close to a first down. This time they do get it, as that is Willie Snead getting that play just past the marker to gain there. And pretty good attempt at the tackle. I believe that was the rookie safety, Jaquil Easter. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. A couple extra big bodies there as Michel goes up the middle with nowhere to go, as that's a gain of 0 to start this set of downs off. So now another handoff up the middle and another gain of 0 yards. So now it is 3rd and 10. A couple receivers to the right-hand side here in this formation. Now we have Newton dropping back. Sending a blitz is Toronto, and they are grabbing Newton as he tries to power his way forward, gaining maybe 1 yard, as that was a great defensive play there by Toronto, sending some extra blitzers in there to close up those rushing lanes, so Cam Newton had nowhere to go. As I believe that was actually Richie Branch, the second-year corner, who actually gets credit for that play. So now this is going to be another Jake Bailey punt, and another big one. This one, though, getting returned out past the 35 to the 36. So now Toronto has another opportunity here to break open this game and get a double-digit lead here if they can put some more points on the board. Starting this drive under center here, and instead of going with the run, they go to the pass, and over the middle, that is complete. A nice play there. That is once again Keontae Bonds, that time for 23 yards down the middle of the field. And Toronto has over 100 yards passing on the day, most of which have gone to Keontae Bonds. And right now, Bonds has been beating one of the top corners in the league in Stephon Gilmore. So now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Nickerson's going to drop back, look over to the right-hand side, and that is complete again for a first down. This time getting down to the 28-yard line and in field goal range now, as Nickerson is 12 for 16 to start this day off, and he is playing quite well right now. And that is another Keontae Bonds reception on that last play as well. So now 1st and 10 at the 28. They go back to the running game this time, and trying to push his way forward is Aaron Jones, getting a gain of about 1 yard or so. So now it's 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first half. And a nice hole there opened up in the middle for Aaron Jones as he powers his way forward for a first down. And just like that, they are in the red zone. And right now, it seems like this great New England defense is unable to do anything to stop this Toronto offense. And they're trying to send a blitz here, and what a play on both sides of the ball there, it seemed like, as it was a little bit of a fade route, pretty much go up and get it. Nickerson tried to give his receiver a chance as he saw the blitz coming from New England, and he tried to get the ball out, but unfortunately for Toronto, oh wow, what a play there. But unfortunately for Toronto, New England was able to get a couple of hands in there. So pretty good run there on second down, but unfortunately for New England, on top of the good run, there was a face mask at the end of that. So that's going to be an automatic first down, and in fact, it's going to set them up with a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. So now Toronto at 1st and goal. They're going to go back to the running game, going outside. That is Aaron Jones diving for the end zone. And I don't think that he got it, as he looks like he dove right into a block of different players there. And unfortunately, he was unable to find his way to the end zone. So now it is 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. And going back to the running game, this time it is stuffed again. Aaron Jones unable to get in, that time Lawrence Guy. So they're going instead here for a pass, and that one does not go in Toronto's favor, as they're able to get a little bit of pressure there and sack Trevor Nickerson back at the 5-yard line. So that's going to be forcing Toronto into a field goal opportunity here, after getting about as close as you can without getting into the end zone. And New England with a goal line stand if I've ever seen one. So now Josh Lambo kicks this ball off, as Toronto's going to have a 10-0 lead right now, with New England needing to get some points here before halftime. They've got 1:32 to do it. So now empty backfield here to start this drive off, as Cam Newton's going to drop back. Blitz here sent by Toronto, and a quick throw to beat it. And that is Willie Snead with the reception, and he's going to get a first down there. And they're going to go no huddle, as Cam Newton's going to move around in the pocket and find, once again, I believe that is Willie Snead on the right-hand side with another reception. And now a timeout here by New England. Their first or second one of the day here. So now they only have one left with about a minute to go in this first half. And all the time in the world, finding a man down the left-hand side, and I believe that was the tight end, if I'm not mistaken. Or actually, no, that was the wide receiver, N'Keal Harry, with a gain of about 20 yards there on a nice little corner route. And they just found the mismatch, as I believe that was Demario Davis on N'Keal Harry, which is definitely mismatch there, unable to keep up with him with that speed. So now Cam Newton with the fake here, and almost getting it in there to the receiver, but a great play there by Big Play Slay on the outside to get a hand on that ball. So now it is 2nd and 10 with 29 seconds to go, and Newton's going to drop back, move around in the pocket, throwing deep on the left-hand side and out of bounds as he overshoots his receiver. I believe that was N'Keal Harry who was the intended target there. So now, once again, faking the handoff and going back to that same left-hand side, and again, Big Play Slay gets a hand in there to knock that football down. It seems like Cam Newton might want to try attacking a different player, as it actually looks like N'Keal Harry just dropped that football. At first I thought that Slay got a hand in there, but instead it looks like he just straight up dropped it. So now it's going to be a field goal attempt here, and that is short, well short. Looks like they have some wind here in New England today, and that knocked that one quite short as it was actually caught by a Toronto defender there. All right, interesting approach here with 3 timeouts to go. Toronto looks like they're going to try and get some more points on the board. 17 seconds to go, and under pressure here as he gets walloped. Nickerson gets smashed from behind, and just like that, I'm assuming they're going to change their approach here as Toronto instead continues to throw the football, and he looks down that left-hand side, finds a receiver, and that is going to be a completed pass, and getting out of bounds is CeeDee Lamb. At the 43-yard line, they only need about 10 yards, less than 10 yards to be in field goal range, and Trevor Nickerson throwing down that left-hand side, and I believe that is complete! Down to the 16-yard line, that is Aaron Jones on a 26-yard reception. He's out there looking like a receiver right now. What a play there by Aaron Jones. And even more impressive was that throw. There was only one spot that Nickerson could put that to where Jonathan Jones couldn't get a hand on it. And that was exactly where he put it. Great throw there by the rookie. And just like that, Toronto is going to take this, and wow, what a change of events. New England goes for a field goal to what they think would be end the half, all right, or essentially end the half. They are unable to make the field goal. Toronto decides to get aggressive, throw some passes down the field, and get themselves into field goal range and get an extra 3 points on the board to end the half. But let's see what's going on at halftime here as we're going to go travel down to the Houston Texans. Seem to be taking out Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks 27-24 as Deshaun Watson leads the way for this Houston team. So now traveling up to New York as the Giants right now and Tua are putting on a clinic over Joe Burrow, who is struggling today mightily, 28-0 in that game, and it's not even over yet. And looking out here in Arizona, I believe that is the LA Rams going up against the Arizona Cardinals, and it is a tie game there. Pretty big division implications on the line there in that one. Jared Goff, though, keeping his guys in that game. All right, now coming out at halftime, Josh Lambo is going to kick this one off to New England. And they are down 13-0 right now, and I don't know if very many people saw this coming. I think just about everyone had a consensus that New England should take this game pretty handedly. But that seems to not be the case right now. And I'll be curious to see if this Toronto defense can continue to play as well as they have. So now they're spreading it out wide here, and instead of going to one of those receivers who are out wide, they're going to go back to the running game, and what a play here, breaking it outside. That is Sony Michel running people over, getting out to the 44-yard line. That is over 20 yards after contact there, as he just bowls through a defender. I didn't get to see who that was. That was Marshawn Lattimore, who just got ran over by Sony Michel. And that was the rookie safety, Jaquil Easter, who got his ankles broken on that play. Pretty crazy stuff there. So now, all of a sudden, in plus territory, as New England's going to go over the middle here on a pass, and Cam Newton wildly misses that throw. So now it is 2nd and 10, going back under center is Cam Newton's, but still 3 wide receivers set. And it is going to be a pass here, and he's going to go ahead and run instead with it, as Cam gets about 9 yards there, setting up a 3rd and 1 at the 35-yard line. And I believe they should be in field goal range here, as Cam Newton's going to throw over to the right-hand side and finding a man wide open on that right-hand side and just puts the Jets on all the way down to the 4-yard line. What a play there, as that is David Moore, the speedy receiver, shows off his Jets on a short pass, and he just outruns Marshawn Lattimore, who eventually catches up with him and makes a touchdown-saving tackle. So now it's 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Still 3 receivers out there for this New England offense. They're going to have a man in motion right to left here. And this is going to be another run by Cam Newton, this time sliding his way into the end zone. And that is a New England Patriots touchdown and a Cam Newton rushing touchdown. So pending this extra point, it is going to be 7-13, and just like that, the New England Patriots are back in this football game. As you see there, Cam Newton trying to fire up some guys on the sideline right now, being a good teammate, and it is now 7-13 as Toronto gets the football back, and they're going to set themselves up to start off at the 25-yard line after a touchback. And after some very efficient last couple of drives here by Toronto, we hope to see that continue here to start off this second half. So now a quick throw here to the right-hand side, and this one getting out there to about the 28-yard line, and Nickerson just going with an easy completion to start this drive off. So now it is 2nd and 7 now, as Nickerson's going to go for another pass here over the middle, and this time, though, unable to cut this upfield. That is Jonnu Smith, who gets tackled for essentially a net gain of 0. So now it is 3rd and 7 now, and Nickerson's looking over the middle and finds his dump-off option. That is the running back, Aaron Jones, out of the backfield, and that is good enough for a first down. That is Aaron Jones' 4th reception on the day. All right, now it's 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line, and in the I formation, they are going to hand this one off up the middle. Lots of room there for Aaron Jones, getting out to about the 48-yard line. A gain of 12 there on that first down carry. And he's already up to 50 yards on the day, Aaron Jones is, and that's not even counting what he did through the air. So now at the 48-yard line, Nickerson under center once again. He's going with a pitch to the outside here and breaking a tackle. That is Aaron Jones getting out to the 49-yard line, breaking out past midfield. Now just in plus territory here on 2nd and 7 as Nickerson's going to drop back and have a little bit of time in the pocket, finding a man over the middle. Nice little touch throw there. I believe that is Jonnu Smith over the middle once again. A nice catch there for his 5th one on the day. And Nickerson puts a little bit of touch on that to fit that in between all those defenders. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line, officially in field goal range, as Nickerson is under pressure and now sacked at the 36-yard line maybe. I believe that is Donta Hightower coming in on the blitz, untouched. And Nickerson just didn't have the time there to get away. He saw it coming and tried to protect the football at least. So now it is 2nd and 16, and they're going back to the running game here as Aaron Jones is going to spin off of one guy, get an extra couple yards there, making it 3rd and 13. At the 33-yard line, and they would probably feel more comfortable if they had a couple more yards, and they are going to throw a dangerous pass there on the left-hand side there. Nickerson almost had that intercepted, as it looks like he just overthrew his intended target there. And almost threw it right to, I believe that was either J.C. Jackson or Jonathan Jones. So now Josh Lambo is setting up for a field goal here. And this is going to be good. So now Toronto leads 16-7, keeping that 2-score lead here for Toronto, which is very key. All right, now Josh Lambo kicks this one off, and it is going to be returned from the end zone out to about the 26-yard line. All right, under center is Cam Newton here, and he is almost, wow, what a play there. That is Demario Davis, I believe, coming through untouched, and he literally sacked Cam Newton before he could get the handoff. I have only seen that a handful of times in NFL history. What a play there by Demario Davis to shoot that gap and get to Cam Newton. So now it is 2nd and 14, and a handoff here going outside is Sony Michel, cutting it upfield to the 26-yard line. So now it's setting up a 3rd and 10 now at the 26-yard line. As Newton's in the gun, he's going to drop back here and elect to run with this one. And unfortunately for New England there, I'm not sure what that receiver on the outside was expecting, because he didn't throw a block at all. And so Logan Wilson was able to come up and just easily take down Cam Newton. And that was Sony Michel, who I think he just didn't realize that Cam Newton was running the ball. So now it is 4th and 10, and another punt here from New England. And another big one as well, as this is going to get returned, but only a gain of about 4 or 5 yards there. And one heck of a punt from New England. So now taking over at the 18-yard line, and Toronto has an opportunity here to actually turn this into a 3-score game if they can punch it in for a touchdown. So empty backfield here for Trevor Nickerson, as he's going to drop back here and have a little bit of time and find a receiver there on the right-hand side, sliding to make the catch. I believe that is Jonnu Smith. Only a gain of about a yard after all of that. All right, going empty backfield again here on 2nd and 9. Nickerson has a blitz coming at him, but is able to get that ball off to the left-hand side, and that is CeeDee Lamb with another reception. So now in the I formation at the 30-yard line after that first down completion, now it's going to be a dump off here to the running back out of the backfield. That is caught by Aaron Jones. That's going to be a 4-yard gain there on Aaron Jones' 5th reception of the day. And another throw here, and a good blitz pickup there by the offense. And Nickerson finding another open receiver there for a first down. So now Nickerson goes for a pump fake and throws over to the right-hand side. And that is Aaron Jones breaking a tackle but getting pushed out of bounds for a loss of 3 on that play. So now empty backfield again for Nickerson. Looks like this is a pass-heavy drive here as they're going out there to the left-hand side, and that is going to be complete by the second tight end, Jesper Horsted. Makes his first catch of the day. So now it is 3rd and 4. And Nickerson drops back, throws a quick one out there to the right-hand side. That is Aaron Jones with his 7th reception on the day for only 38 yards, though. And unable to make a man miss there as Aaron Jones goes down for a gain of maybe 1. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. As we start the fourth quarter, the Toronto Huskies are up 16-7 over the New England Patriots right now. However, looks like it's going to be a punt here from Toronto to start off this fourth quarter. And this is going to go through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now Cam Newton comes back out onto the football field after another punt on the last drive. They have to be feeling a little discouraged at this point. So they're going empty backfield here. Newton alone back there, looking around and finding a man over the middle quickly. That is going to be a 9-yard gain there for, I believe, N'Keal Harry on that catch. So now 2nd and 1. As Newton moves around in the pocket and instead escapes the pocket, making a man miss, trying to break tackles as well, getting up to the 45-yard line. That is a 16-yard run by Cam Newton there. All right, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line now. As you have a fake to the running back and instead going deep down the middle, and that is caught by N'Keal Harry, who gets speared immediately after the reception, but it's not going to matter because that is going to be a 1st down for New England. And actually, that's going to be closing in on field goal range for them. It's now 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. As Newton's going to drop back here, have a lot of time in the pocket, and find a man over the middle, breaking a tackle, but not getting the 1st down. As that's going to be Josh Oliver with his 2nd reception on the day. So now it's 2nd and 2, and they're going back to the running game now, and this is going to get them just enough for the 1st down. That is Sony Michel again with the carry. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line, well within field goal range, as Newton's going to drop back for a pass, find a man wide open over the middle, getting inside the 15 down to the 11, and another 1st down. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. A couple receivers to the right-hand side. They're essentially spreading it out wide here, man in motion from left to right. And that's going to be the tight end. And they go with the running back here, up the gut, getting about 5 yards to the 6-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 now, as Cam Newton is in the gun here. And he's going to drop back and scan the field, sees nobody open, and tries to run for it, but gets sacked by the superstar Floyd Ellis, the stud defensive tackle, who, despite not having a great push immediately, stays with the play and keeps his eyes on Cam Newton, and that is what got him that sack. So now it is 3rd and 9 at the 10-yard line. They're going empty backfield here, as Newton's going to drop back and have a decent amount of time here, and now running out of the pocket and cutting it upfield. That is Newton getting down to the 2. So now it is 4th and 2 from the 2. And it looks like they're going to go for the field goal, and they are. Interesting choice there. So they just take the points, making it a 10-16 Toronto lead. So with about 6 minutes to go in this game, this is going to be a return kick out past the 25 to the 30-yard line. All right, starting off this drive, Trevor Nickerson is in the I formation. He's going to hand it off to Aaron Jones, who gets absolutely walloped there at the 34-yard line. Holds on to the football, surprisingly. So it's 2nd and 6, and they're going with a quick pass outside for a screen here. And unable to get any yardage there is CeeDee Lamb. Setting up now a 3rd and 6 with about 5 minutes to go in this football game. They're spreading it out here as Nickerson's going to fake to the running back and instead go over to the left-hand side. And that is complete, I thought. But it looks like the defense was able to jar that one loose from CeeDee Lamb's hands there. And so now it's going to be a punt from Toronto. As you see there, CeeDee Lamb had it in his hands, but the collision between those two defenders loosens that ball just enough. So now Matt Hawk gets this punt off, and it is a very good punt, and that goes through the end zone for a touchback. All right, 4:45 left in this fourth quarter, down by 6. They're going with a 3-receiver set to the right-hand side. And this is Newton dropping back and having all the time in the world. Finds a guy on that right-hand side. That looks like it's Willie Snead with his 4th reception on the day. And a first down for New England. All right, Willie Snead and company there get out of bounds at the 36-yard line, setting up a 1st and 10 as Newton's going to drop back and throw deep over the middle. This time, Snead unable to make the reception. He wants a flag there, and looks like the refs don't agree as no flag on the football field. So now it's 2nd and 10, and a quick throw over there to the right-hand side, and a little inaccurate, forcing the tight end there, Josh Oliver, to essentially toe tap on the sideline for a gain of 1. And now 3rd and 9, trying to set up a screen here, but just getting in Cam Newton's face is Floyd Ellis getting in his face, affecting that pass, essentially throwing it in the dirt. So now the New England Patriots are punting this football away with 4 minutes left in this game, and looks like a really good punt, but it rolls just into the end zone for a touchback, thankfully for Toronto. All right, so now it's 1st and 10 for Toronto, and a quick throw here, and that is going to be complete from Nickerson to CeeDee Lamb as he has his 5th reception on the day, and that's a gain of 16 on 1st down. Nice play there by CeeDee Lamb to beat his man immediately off the get-go on that slant route. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Couple receivers to the right-hand side here. As it's going to be a drop back for Nickerson. All the time in the world. Finds a man over the middle, but he gets absolutely speared in the middle of the football field. I believe that was Aaron Jones, the intended target. So now it is 2nd and 10, and they fake it to Aaron Jones. And under pressure is Nickerson, and he's going to go down at the 27-yard line. That is Dietrich Wise Jr. with his 2nd sack of the day, setting up a big hole here for Toronto. It's going to be 3rd and 19. It's now 2 minutes and 40 seconds and counting to go here. Empty backfield for Toronto as Nickerson drops back. He's going to throw over the left-hand side, complete this, but nowhere near first down yardage. And that's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 11. And that is CeeDee Lamb's 6th reception, I believe, on the day. And that is going to lead us to the 2-minute warning as Matt Hawk and company are setting up to punt this football away coming out of the 2-minute warning. But Toronto does lead 16-10 right now. And a good attempt there by Matt Hack to try and pin them deep, but unfortunately it just slides through the end zone, making this a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So now Cam Newton in the backfield here as he drops back and finds a receiver on the left-hand side, but unable to make the catch there. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10 with 1:50 to go as Newton's alone in the backfield. Quick throw to the right-hand side, and that one is hitting the turf as there is nobody around to catch that ball. So now it is 3rd and 10. A couple receivers to the right-hand side, and Newton is going to be looking down that right-hand side, and it's one-on-one and getting a hand up there. That is Marshawn Lattimore in coverage as N'Keal Harry was the intended target in a one-on-one situation on the outside there. And a good play and good positioning by Marshawn Lattimore. It's now 4th and 10, 3 receivers to the right-hand side as you have Cam Newton dropping back here, and he's going to examine the field and try and run, and this is going to be a fumble as it's still rolling around on the ground, and I believe that is Toronto. No, excuse me. That is New England recovering it, but since it was 4th down, it becomes Toronto's ball regardless at the 12-yard line. As you see, Cam Newton tries to roll out there, and Floyd Ellis comes up and makes not only the sack, but also forces a fumble in doing so. All right, so now Toronto is in great positioning right now, with New England having 3 timeouts, so they still have an opportunity. But they're going to need to force... Toronto is going for the knockout punch here as they try to go to the end zone and getting some hands on the football right there. I believe that was J.C. Jackson. So now instead they go with a handoff here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to force New England to take their first timeout, as I believe that's going to be a gain of about 1 or 2, if that. And it's going to be a 3rd and 10 at the 12-yard line. And they're going to go back to the running game here, and that goes absolutely nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1 as New England takes their 2nd timeout. But that's going to set up Toronto for an easy field goal here, which would extend the lead to a 2-score lead. And they do hit it. So now it is 19-10. And New England is in a spot that they may not be able to win this game. Regardless of what they try and do. It's now a minute 18 to go here, as they're going to go ahead and just kneel this one in the end zone for a touchback, as Gunnar Olszewski has had a pretty decent game in the returning side of things. Alright, so now Newton again in the backfield here. A couple receivers to the left-hand side, as Newton's going to have all the time in the world and finds a man underneath. I believe that is Willie Snead, who gets about 4 yards there. Inside a minute, though, as Cam Newton looks down that right-hand side. That is intercepted. That is Richie Branch, the second-year corner, with the interception, his third one on the season. And that is going to be a game-sealing interception, as he was going for a one-on-one situation outside, but Richie Branch just had the positioning there. He actually ran that better than the intended target, which I believe was Damian Harris, the running back. All right, so I expect to see the victory formation here from the Toronto Huskies, and that is exactly what they come out in. And New England's going to take their final timeout here. So now it is 52 seconds to go. No timeouts for New England. And back in victory formation again. Now it is third down here. One more time and we can probably get out of this game. And that's going to end this one with a Toronto Huskies victory in Foxborough. Final score here, 19-10. As Toronto now, for the first time ever in franchise history, have a winning streak. That's right, a winning streak. That is 2 in a row for your Toronto Huskies. And don't look now, but maybe, just maybe, they're turning things around here in this season. As you see Cam Newton looking a little dejected as he leaves the football field. He did not have a very good day today. But you know who did have a good day today? That is Trevor Nickerson. Protecting the football, 260 through the air, 75% completion percentage. There's not much more you can ask for. And then the running game, while they didn't necessarily have the big yardage that we had seen previously, they did enough. And receiving-wise, it was an all-hands-on-deck situation here for Toronto, as Aaron Jones led them in receptions with 7, but only 38 yards. And Jonnu Smith comes in with 6. CeeDee Lamb has 6 for 74. Keontae Bonds has 5 for 77. It was a pretty impressive day all around, and T. Higgins did have 2 receptions, however got nowhere near the amount of yardage that he needed. And there were some sacks allowed here. We would like to see that get shored up. But Floyd Ellis having another really good game. It's nice to see. Demario Davis with that crazy play. Richie Branch had an interception as well. And of course Josh Lambo, perfect as always. Alright, so that is going to round out this Week 6 performance here. But we do have some upgrades coming out of that game. CeeDee Lamb is now going to be up to an 83 overall. That's nice to see as he gets a little bit faster to boot. Then we have Lorenzo Betts with an upgrade here. We're going to try and make him a little more well-rounded. Jedrick Wills got an upgrade. Rasheem Green as well. We're going to continue to work on his best attribute. And then Eric Davis, the return man, gets an opportunity here. And we're going to actually upgrade him as a deep threat and just see if he can become a usable receiver. Because if nothing else, he is a great return man to have with 95 speed. Alright, as we know, T. Higgins was unable to get his breakout opportunity. But it is okay because you know what? Your Toronto Huskies officially have a winning streak right now. 2 in a row. So let's go ahead and advance this thing into week number 7. And we will have a little bit of a preview here in week 7, as we have another breakout player. We'll have to tune back in next time to see who that is and if we achieve what is required. And we'll go ahead and do these upgrades before we head out. And there's only one, actually, as it looks like it's just a depth tight end here. And we will be having a scouting update, maybe mid-season, I'm thinking. If not mid-season, then we might just wait till the end of the year to do any sort of scouting. In case you guys are wondering, it is the 2020 class, if I'm not mistaken. Whichever one has Trevor Lawrence and company in it, that is going to be the class that it is entailing. Now, it's not a perfect class because this class was made before certain people decided to elect to stay back. So there are some people that may be coming out, quote, early, but it's a pretty good class, so you will recognize a lot of the names in this upcoming draft class. So that's why I'm thinking I could probably wait till the end of the year to show it. I don't know, I'll have to see. Maybe we'll do it in week 8 as like a little bit of a bi-week episode where we show you guys some scouting updates. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. My name is TayVikes28, and please do tune back in.